reminiscing on old times of Destiny, Destiny 1 is now in year 7. Feel old yet? Destiny 1 is in year 7. It's 6 years old, so it's entering its 7th year, but it's 6 entire years old. Destiny 1, which was
mate, we've played Destiny for nearly a decade. We've played Destiny
a long
for more
time,
than 6 years.
I mean, it's crazy because they obviously they launched it with the 10-year plan, but it's the time is just going away, and all of a sudden now we're in year 7. It's like we're kind of approaching that 10th year, which obviously Destiny 2 Beyond Light, you can see how Bungie is. They're obviously not going to drop the game, but once they reach year 10 after Lightfall, that will be essentially the 10-year span. Obviously, lots have changed, did not go to plan, but they will have essentially reached that 10-year goal, and I would imagine they're probably going to slow content down and probably maybe do an expansion every 2 years or see how things go. But the 10-year plan, it seemed, I still remember in 2014 when we were looking at it, we're thinking of the Vex Void and the Forge of the Gods.
Oh my god, I remember this. Comet 2 and all that.
Yeah, the Comet. What was the Taken King name? I think it was Plague of the Gods. It was
something like that, yeah.
Plague of Darkness.
Yes, no, that was it, yeah.
And then they had planned to release a new Destiny game every 2 years. That was the original contract. Clearly, like, that was in hindsight. It's just to release an entire Destiny game. But obviously, Activision were thinking about it like a COD game. That's how Activision are. They publish games like COD, and they have tons of studios to make a COD game every year. But Bungie went into that plan, and then I'm sure quickly realized, hang on, we can't just pump out entire Destiny releases every 2 years. We can barely do a big expansion every 2 years. But it took them a while to find their feet. But I mean, on that note, I do think it's pretty remarkable. I'm not sure if many people talk about this, but realistically, this is the most content Bungie's ever promised to us. We've got 3 big expansions, 3 years guaranteed. Bungie's never come forward and promised that much content in advance. We would have wished for that back in 2014. We were wishing for a small little Vex Void DLC. If Bungie had told us you're getting the huge Beyond Light, you're getting Europa, and then you get in a Witch Queen, Savathun, Dreadnought, whatever, and then you get in Lightfall, Darkness, Pyramids. Like, if they had told us that back in 2015, we would have lost our minds. But
you saw me during the reveals for Destiny 2. You saw me reacting to the Taken King trailer,
E3, all of them. Yeah,
E3.
I heard you scream down the PlayStation. You can probably replay the PlayStation conference and hear Bife screaming when I think the Warlock Stormcaller was shown off. You can probably hear, but I remember being next to you. So that was hilarious. In that theater, you screamed.
This is worth talking about, actually, because this is a very entertaining memory. E3 2015, we were playing Taken King for the first time. It's first ever game of Rift, and I really quickly managed to get my super up in this game. And I got a triple down with the super.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, I was using Force Lightning. I think I yelled, be prepared to bleep this, by the way. Apologies to your editor. I yelled something along the lines of, unlimited power. And then Deej is like right next to me, just stares, like, and he gives that face being like, so you like that? And I just sort of looked back at him and was, I love this game. And they just kept on playing, and it was, bellissimo.
I remember that. I specifically remember that. I remember Gamescom play sessions. Just, I think we were playing against press, who obviously, press that weren't too versed in Destiny, we'll say that way, and then a bunch of YouTubers who play a little bit of Destiny, and the teams might have been a little bit unbalanced. We'll put it that way.
I needed my sweeper bot emote. You know,
we might have got a few. We ran out of medals in. In fact, I'm pretty sure. Didn't you get like technically the world's first? We ran out of medals. I'm pretty sure in the capture session. Obviously, it doesn't.
In the capture session,
technically,
so it's one of these moments where like a bunch of YouTubers got a ton of medals that had never been seen before.
Because they introduced medals. They were the first, weren't they?
Yeah. Some of the people in the game went AFK. And I, at that point, was just trawling around looking for things. And I got a we ran out of medals in the thing, and I threw it up on YouTube. And because some of these guys were AFK, I also got a Ghost in the Night. And I thought that was a world's first too. Turns out Mr. Fruit also got one. So I was in this place of like, ooh, God, okay. But no, dude, like the entire thing just ended up being hilarious, because this became like our repeat thing where every Gamescom we'd come back and it would be, another Unbroken, another We Ran. Okay, he's got like a 5-piece in this one game as well. Okay, we just bring home this great footage from Gamescom and E3 and all these places where it was basically like this mismatch between YouTubers and journalists, and it's just like, I'm really sorry, man. It looks like the guys over at Polygon or wherever are just gonna have like footage of respawns constantly.
I specifically remember it was 2014 E3. I think the beta was playable, or was it the alpha? No, it would have been the alpha. Yeah. So the alpha just got shown off, and it was First Light and Rusted Lands, and I specifically remember completely seshing Destiny non-stop at the booth. Because we were with Activision, we could get in a lot more often. Obviously, we were recording and getting footage, so we're making content for it. But I remember the Interceptors in the alpha.
They were so
in the
OP.
alpha of Destiny 1, the Interceptors were absolutely broken. You were unkillable. The fire rate of the missiles was like unlimited. They just one hit the splash. I went around and I just absolutely murdered so many poor journalists. And I remember saying to Deej, I was like, I'm sorry, I think you might get a couple of disgruntled journalists writing articles because they faced off against this guy in this tank who would not stop killing them the entire time. But I just spawn killed them so many times. The Interceptor was absolutely broken. I was thinking, these journalists are going to write some very negative articles if if they're like, I just played PvP and it was really bad. All I did is I just got shot by this guy in a tank that was flying around. some
Fraser back in the day. Do you remember Fraser Boss?
Oh yeah.
Part of Math
Legend.
Class, also one of the Bungie ninjas, like
Awesome
one
guy.
of the OG Destiny content creators. Really lovely dude. Yeah, Fraser actually played into that joke so much because when it was the beta and everybody's playing together and it was like the days of Team Space Bus, he created like 1 or 2 videos for the beta, and one of them was just an Interceptor montage where he claimed that he was the Skillterceptor. And I just sat there, I was like, there's no way this is not getting nerfed. Like,
Oh yeah, he got nerfed.
oh, thank God too, because man, that was crikey. That was bad. That was the original Felwinter's Lie, ladies and gentlemen. That was the
fun while it
original OP
lasted.
gun. Yeah, it was good. It was good fun. I mean, that's what
Destiny-
beta's for.
Destiny is old. Destiny is very old. Seems like yesterday when it just launched and we were just excited to hop into the Vault of Glass and Dark Below, and all of a sudden now we're in 2020 and now there's everything's changed. The gaming world looks very different. Destiny is free. It's on PC. There
have been a million Destiny killers and none of them have killed it.
Yeah,
It's just,
that's also definitely worth noting. I saw a lot of people talk about that. All of the Destiny killers. Where are they at now?